Hey! Oh, happy St. Paddy's Day! Ho, ho, ho to the kipper! Ho, ho! Shuck Denny da! Hey! Happy St. Paddy's Day, top of the morning to you. Oh, how's the hat here? Oh, I put him up here. Hey, welcome to St. Patrick's Day. And of course, every year I do something. I try and do something different every week. Or every year, I should say. And I try and do new jokes every week, but it's very hard. Irish dancing. More stamps than a post office. All right. Tonight, I'm going to talk about harmony. From behind a drum kit, I know, it's stupid. Ta-da! And I'm going to talk about instruments with the patches and everything. And of course, the drummy side of things as well. There you go. So, St. Paddy's Day. Hope you're still sober to catch it all. I'll be partaking of the editing cordial in the not too distant future. I always have a soft spot for St. Paddy's Day, not for the fact that my full name is Christopher Thomas Patrick Quinlan, tattooed on the back of my neck, if you don't mind. But I grew up in the good old Dan O'Connell, as so many of you know. I rattle on about it. Dear old Dad, John James, and my brother Len. And God bless them, everything. That was the busiest day of the year. And as everyone knows who's ever done a St. Paddy's Day at the dear old Dan O'Connell, now closed and turning into a school, oh, we'd be run off our feet. I would tell you the usual story I have is the intercom would go off upstairs while I was watching telly, something like that, and it'd be, get down here and wash some glasses, son, we're busy. Click. It wasn't even that on St. Paddy's Day. You were downstairs, bang, 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 washing, picking out the glasses, ashtrays, da-da-da-da. Back in the day when you could work underage in a pub if you were part of the family. So the St. Paddy's Day rules large in the Quinlan family. We have a lot of fun with, I like to watch that old Guinness ad and things like that, but really it's a wondrous time for just being alive. There you go. We've got to be alive. Anyway, I'll get into it. Now, where would you like me to start? You have three main kinds of feels in Irish music. You have the Irish jig in 6/8 time, and it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you get bump it ding da ding da 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 bump it ding. And in Celtic music you have the Scottish reel, but you can have both in either lands. The Celtic nations, you see. So you have the reel is in 2/4. So you'd have 1E and a 2 and a 3. Oh, 1E and a 2 and 3. 1E and a 2 and a 2 and a ba. 2E and a 3, 2 and 1, 2. There it is there. You get lots of rollicking rhythms with that. And then there's the slip jig. Who has heard Rocky Road to Dublin today for about the 4th or 5th time? It's a diabolical song to sing. You got to catch your breath wherever you can. That's a slip jig in 9/8. And what happens is the easiest way to think about it, a lot of people think 9/8, oh, odd times, man. I'll never, whatever. Yes, you will. You do it. St. Paddy's Day, you're probably jumping around in one. The easiest way to think of it is triplets in 3/4. So you have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1. There you go. Slip jig. Apparently Jimi Hendrix saw an Irish band in London in the 60s and said, what the hell is that rhythm there? Never heard of it before. And there you go. And he started to listen to it, loved it. And by all accounts, that's manic depression. Manic depression. So should my soul. There you go. And in river dance, the famous thing with the Irish dancers, what's the best way to describe Irish dancing? Set your shoes on fire and then try to put them out. What's your favourite instrument? My shoes. And oldies but goodies. But I hope they're still goodies. But anyway, there you are. But what happens in river dance, you had a slip jig and the pulse was actually a little bit different. It was 5 and 4. So you'd have that real lilting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hippopotamus, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Hippopotamus. There it is. There you have it. There's the slip jig. And there you go. I've talked about them many times before and I still will. And that's what it is. Now, harmony. I'll go into this. I'll keep going around. I've got basically 3 things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the rhythm. I want to talk about the harmony. And through the use of technology and the triggers. Oh my God, I'm cheating. Oh, man, it's my own little personal synthesizer. If you press a button on a keyboard and next thing you get strings, I can press a button there and I can get all this stuff. You see? My defense. But what goes on, and the sounds, that's what I was getting at. All the different kinds of sounds you can get, and there you have it. Now, what goes on is that with harmony, I'm actually using one of the more obscure ones that I explained a few weeks ago, the overtone scale, a la Mahavishnu Orchestra and John McLaughlin. And I did a show on that, close to a month ago, I suppose. But the overtone scale has one of the main ingredients for this kind of music is the flattened 7th, which you usually see in a mixolydian mode, which I'm getting to soon. But the thing about the overtone scale, you also have a sharpened 4th. Not a flattened 5th, a sharpened 4th, Lydian style. But the thing is, let's not go down the track too much with that. What it is, it's got this wonderful lilt to it, or sound. There's the overtone, and that worked quite nicely with the Celtic voices that I've got here on my sampler. A little bit of mystery in the middle. There you are. Thank you very much, umpire. That's the overtone. Underneath a level of there it is there. And what we have now is I will go to the Mixolydian mode, which is one of the wonderful things that gives you that beautiful, happy, wonderful Celtic sound. This is E Mixolydian. And before I get into it too much, one of the big things is that flattened seventh degree. So if it's E Mixolydian, you're flattening the seventh. So instead of having a D sharp, you're having a D natural. Okay. So when you're dealing with the cycle of fifths and all that, you go one back. Instead of four sharps for E major, you're really playing the A major scale from E to E. And it's also the secret weapon of a lot of Beatles music. It's the note, the flattened seventh, the Kinks, You Really Got Me. That's a wonderful song where they hit the flattened seventh and it's like, oh, that's what it is. And funnily enough, if with do-na-na-na-na, do-na-na-na-na, girl, you really got me now, you really got me, that bit there, oh, that's the kicker, you see. And that's the time that the Beatles were using it too. You see, it's a Mixolydian mode, not necessarily a pentatonic. Okay, it's actually a Mixolydian. You can. It's just one of those things that you can do. And what happens with that is it gives it that little beautiful that bit. Mixolydian mode. There you have it. One of the other things that happens a lot as well is, of course, the dear old majors and minors. They don't go away. But it's almost like modal harmony is what you're doing, because the Mixolydian is the fifth mode. The Aeolian is your natural minor, it's the sixth. That's what you call the relative minor. And what am I going to? I'm going to that one there. And where am I? Nope. Coming back down. I'll be coming back to all these with all the different sounds, which is the next little cab off the rank. I'm being a little bit on the wistful side today. It's almost getting towards what we call a lament, an Irish lament. You've got a sad song and then you've got sad songs. And what happens is when you're, there's different names that we sort of know. A lamentation, a lament is a sad song, but particularly a song about leaving your home, leaving your country of birth, never to return. So the Irish lament ruled large in the days of the famines and that kind of thing in the 18th and 19th centuries, potato famines, and people would leave their country to find a new life in the new land. Not to mention here, which is a bit of a sordid past, which I won't get into today, but over to America and all this sort of stuff. There you have it. There's that kind of thing, a lamentation. You can also have a dirge, and that's like a dead slow funeral procession kind of song, a dirge. And there you go. But we are on St. Paddy's Day. Let's talk it up, Chris. Note to self. God help me. And there you have it. Now I'm going to change tack a little bit, because now the third part of the evening is the sounds I get. And what happens is, at the moment, I have the Celtic harp. That's what it is. I have a little bit of echo on it, and that's what's going on there. Pardon my back to you, but here it is. Now, one of the big things for me when I was a little tacker, the instrument of choice in most of the schools was the devil's pencil, the recorder. I wish I had it here. I could do it, and Marley O'Malley over there, he'd go burlesque. He really does hate the sound of the recorder, as do we all. But the big difference with me is I took it a bit seriously. While everyone was going, this is bullshit, yeah, blah, 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 good King Wenceslas, good King. I can still play it. I've got a mean good King Wenceslas. Feast of Stephen. And everyone was overblowing, and, just, I remember Mr. Fitzgerald, poor old Brian Fitzgerald, my music teacher. He really walked the walk. He had a big band back in the day. And the other music teacher, Mr. Kevin Casey, did the Australian Boys Choir. So there was a lot to be had with the music lessons back in the day. And he suffered through us playing the recorder. But I always went home. And then, get down here, son, wash some glasses, we're busy. Like that. But Dad, I want to watch the footy replay. Jezelenko kick 8 goals. Get down here and wash some glasses. I'll Jezelenko you in a minute. And that was a bit of a letdown. But what it is the tin whistle. Oh, my Lord. Dear Paddy Maloney, chieftains, all this sort of business. Oh, what was I going to do with this? I was going to go back to E, wasn't I? There you go. I've got these piccolo toms tuned to a pentatonic, so it fits in quite nicely as almost like a kind of a symmetrical harmony. Kind of. There you go. That's the tin whistle, the devil's pencil in any kind of primary school. There you go. That's the tin whistle. You can get them for a couple of bucks and travel the world like Paddy Maloney, always in the pocket. And there you go. The funny story that David Brannigan, if you're out there, well, I hope you're there with your St. Paddy's Day and having a good old play. But he retold the story of when the chieftains came to Carlton. I've got that on YouTube if you want to type it in. And Paddy Maloney, when he came out to the land of Oz back in the early 70s or so, somehow lost all his flutes in his pocket, all the different sizes. So he had to very quickly find replacements. And where did he end up? First place to go is, can you find someone from the Dad's Dan O'Connell? And he ended up around the corner, I think in Station Street, in Carlton, just a block away or something, and they just had a big session playing, and there you have it. Wonderful memories with the tin whistle, and go off and listen to the Chieftains now. No, after I finish. I'm finishing in 5 minutes. Go and listen to the Chieftains in 10. You're probably hearing them. They're probably in the background in the pub you're at, something like that. If they've got me on the TV, probably not. Anyway, now we have the Irish fiddle, E. I'm going to go to G Mixolydian for this, which I have it there. There we go. Oh! Didn't completely finish it. That was a interrupted cadence, I think that was. Anyway, there you go. So, very jiggy. Thank you very much. There it is. I could. Oh, what do? I do maybe this one. Oh, three of the best tempos I've ever heard in my life. There you go. So there it is there. And there's your... the good old Irish fiddle. We all know what that one is. That's all fine. Now, did you know that there is such a thing as an Irish bouzouki? Oh! And I'm going to put it on. And... oh, come in. I have a pint of Guinness, mate. Thanks. Do you play bouzouki? Yeah. I have garlic sauce with that. I have garlic sauce with my Guinness, mate. You got to have a big bouzouki to get it that low. There we go. Now, hang on. I haven't finished with that one yet. I had it before. I'm going back to the overtone. A little bit atonal for Irish jigs. Oh, it'd be dancing away and they'd be falling over. Crazy. So that's the Irish bouzouki. There you go. All right. It is. I've got, that's the Irish bouzouki. There it is there. You can't go wrong. Okay. Now the other things that you've got is the hammered dulcimer. Very nice. Dulcimer, do you know the dulcimer? It's a long... Ding, ding, ding. Wash some glasses, we're busy. Her hair, they shone like diamonds. And a black velvet band. Oh. iconic. There you go, finished that one properly. All right, time for me to wrap it up, I think. And there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed, or are enjoying. You're probably just getting started with the old St. Paddy's Day kind of thing. It's a big night. Ooh. And there you have that. All sorts of different things I've done here. I don't think I've even done the Celtic harp, have I? Oh, no, I did. Have a great day. I'm off to have some editing cordial. You know what colour it is. Hey, hey. Take care. I'll have it up tomorrow. Hey, oh.